Welcome to Explore My England.
And today we're at Avebury in Wiltshire, which is a Neolithic stone circle dating back some 4,500 years. Let's go and have a look.
The Stone Circle at Avebury is situated approximately 7 miles west of the quiet market town of Marlborough and 10 miles south of the bustling city of Swindon, in the English county of Wiltshire. The Henge encloses half of the village of Avebury, which initially grew up outside the circle but spread into the interior in medieval times. Today, Avebury is jointly managed by English Heritage and the National Trust. In 1986, this globally important area was designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, covering Avebury Stone Circle, Silbury Hill, the Sanctuary and West Kennet Long Barrow, and further to the south, Stonehenge.
So today Avebury is a major tourist attraction. People come from all over the world to soak up the atmosphere of the stones, and it's also of religious significance to contemporary pagans.
Visitors can walk freely among the stones, but don't be surprised to be joined by a few sheep nibbling off the grasslands.
So it originally was built, well, think about 2850 before Christ, BC, and it's completely surrounded by this large dugout moat, and it constitutes one of the largest henges in the British Isles, bigger than Stonehenge indeed. Let's have a look a bit further.
Walking around the ditch and banks of the circle gives you a unique view of this prehistoric landscape. 4,500 years of erosion have silted and reduced the depths of the ditch. Originally, it would have been 50 feet deep.
So, I think the stones were put here over a sequence of years, not all together, and as you can see, there are many different sizes right the way round the circle. So one of the unique things about the Avebury Henge, or the Avebury Stone Circle, is that it completely surrounds the village of Avebury with its lovely cottages and of course this church, which is St James's Church.
The Anglo-Saxon church is over 1,500 years old. The Saxons feared the stones had magical powers, so they built the church near to them to counteract anything sinister that might emanate from them. Although the village developed in the Saxon period, the first written record of Avebury did not appear until later in the Domesday Book of 1086. The Henge Shop on Avebury High Street welcomes you to a mystical world of gift collections. I'm told its staff have an in-depth knowledge of the many belief systems around the stones.
So that's Avebury then, Avebury Stone Circle and Village. Right now we're going to Silbury Hill. Have a look at that. Come with us indeed. First of all though, we're going to get a cup of tea.
Well, you can get a lovely cup of tea or coffee or a bite to eat even in the restaurant of the Alexander Keiller Museum, which houses one of the most important prehistoric collections in Britain. They've also got a very well appointed museum shop. On we go then to another of this prehistoric landscape's treasures, which can be reached easily on foot from Avebury Village or from the little car park on the side of the A4. So here we are then at Silbury Hill, and this is the largest prehistoric man-made mound in Europe. And it was thought it was constructed around 2000 BC to 2400 BC. The interesting thing about it is no one really knows why it was built. So at nearly 40 metres high, Silbury Hill contains 500,000 tonnes of chalk. Makes you wonder how they got it up there. But I think it was done over several generations, not all at once. According to the history books, several generations it took to build. Many legends and myths surround Silbury Hill, not least that it mysteriously compares in volume and height to the Egyptian pyramids. Archaeologists have dug at least 3 tunnels into the centre, but no burials or artefacts from the past have been found. So it's Silbury Hill is run by English Heritage today. Of course, it's a recognised ancient monument. So they try to encourage people not to climb the hill, even though we'd love to. It's because of erosion. It's best that the tourists don't climb the hill. As a blustery squall envelops the hill, time for a quick cup of tea. And then we'll move on further round the Avebury Heritage Site. Leaving Silbury, we head towards Overton Hill. Here we find a circular arrangement marked today by modern stones. Archaeologists suggest the site was used for burial rituals and ceremonial offerings. Human bones and food remains were found at the site. Let's take a closer look. Well, the rain has finally blown over and we're to the east of Avebury now. And this place is called the Sanctuary behind me. If we were standing here sort of 4,500 years ago, we'd have seen a ceremonial stones and wooden structure where people had celebrated different sorts of ceremonies. It's alongside the Ridgeway, which is an ancient trackway, and there's some burial mounds over there as well. It's all part of the Avebury Heritage Centre. Over there we're going to go to Kennet Long Barrow next. On we go then to the West Kennet Long Barrow. This is a Neolithic tomb on an impressive scale. It is 100 metres long and today it is covered in local grassland. But originally it would have had a bare white chalk covering, so it would have stood out in the landscape. The lines in the fields are tram lines, incidentally, used by the modern day farmers for agricultural purposes. Let's take a closer look. So this is the West Kennet Long Barrow, an amazingly preserved long barrow that sits in this wonderful countryside here. It was built about 3,650 years before Christ, and some 36 men, women and children were buried here. Some of the burial chambers are open and accessible to the public, although the nesting swallows might have a different view. So this is the entrance. Let's go inside and have a look. There's two sections, little rooms if you like, by the side here, just inside the entrance. These little rooms, of course, are the chambers where skeletal and cremated bones were found. Another one there, and it's all solid stone. There's no earth. You can see it's all stone. And this is about as far as it goes. It must be 20 feet in, I should think. Pretty good. Climbing up on top, you get a real sense of size and scale of this long barrow, not to mention the wonderful views across the cornfields to Silbury Hill. That's it then from the Avebury area. Thank goodness the sun came out again as we went to the long barrow. Check out our website because it's got all the details of how to visit here, how to get here and so on. And we'll see you next time. Cheerio for now.